If you've been trying to learn English but keep getting bored, this is your solution. Real stories, real English, easy to understand, full of useful phrases, and designed for your brain to remember. You'll have fun, and you'll learn without even noticing. Today's adventure takes you deep into the Tokyo subway, but a wrong turn leads to something unforgettable. Hit that like button, subscribe for more daily stories, and let's begin. Liam didn't plan to get lost. He was just trying to catch a train. That morning, he had woken up in a small hotel room near Shibuya, full of energy and excitement. It was his second day in Tokyo, and everything still felt fresh and alive. The narrow streets, the soft hum of vending machines, the smell of ramen floating from small alleyways, the blinking lights at every corner. He had made a list of places to see: shrines, arcades, gardens, robot cafes, and had picked one for the day, a park on the other side of the city. To get there, he needed the subway. Easy, right? He walked into Shibuya Station just before noon, holding a small city map in one hand and a bottle of green tea in the other. The station was bigger than he had expected, way bigger. Signs were everywhere, in different colors and letters. Trains rumbled beneath his feet. He tried to stay calm. He checked the map again, looked up at the digital board, and followed a sign that said Yamanote Line. The platform was clean and quiet. He was the only one waiting, which felt strange. But he told himself it was fine. Maybe everyone had already left. When the train arrived, he stepped on. It moved fast, smooth as a river. He looked out the window, watching the city blur past. Tall buildings, painted walls, parks and shrines. But after 10 minutes, he noticed something weird. Nothing looked familiar anymore. He pulled out his phone. No internet. He checked the subway map on the wall. The names of the stations didn't match the ones from his plan. He had taken the wrong train. Liam laughed quietly. I guess I'm exploring now, he thought. The train stopped. He got off. The station name was long and unfamiliar. He had no idea where he was. A few people walked by, moving quickly. No one stopped. No one looked around. The air felt colder. He walked toward the exit. Outside, the city looked different, quieter. The buildings were shorter, older. The signs were faded. A soft wind carried the scent of dust and plum flowers. There were no tourists here, no shops, just narrow streets, tiny houses, and power lines above like tangled string. He didn't feel scared. Not yet. Just curious. He started walking. He passed a small bookstore, a laundry shop, a shrine with red ribbons tied to the trees. A cat stared at him from the top of a fence. Somewhere, a radio played an old song. Then he saw it. A staircase hidden between two walls going underground. There was no sign, no light, just the stairs and shadows. He didn't know why, but his feet moved toward it. Maybe he thought it led back to the subway. Maybe he was just curious. He started walking down. The air grew colder. The sounds of the city disappeared. When he reached the bottom, there was a tunnel. Narrow, silent. The floor was smooth concrete, the walls lined with old posters in Japanese. Some were torn. Some showed smiling people. Some had no faces. He walked slowly. After a few minutes, the tunnel opened into a strange room. It was round, like a circle with a high ceiling. In the center stood a vending machine. Just one, the kind you see all over Japan. But this one was different. It was old, maybe from the 80s. Its buttons were dusty. Its lights blinked slowly. The drinks inside were strange. No labels, just glass bottles filled with colored liquid. Blue, green, silver, orange. Liam stepped closer. He reached into his pocket and found a coin. It was still warm from his hand. He looked at the drinks and picked a blue one. The machine whirred. The bottle dropped. He picked it up and opened it. The drink tasted like cold air and electricity. His tongue tingled. His skin felt warmer. The walls of the room seemed to pulse slightly, like they were breathing. Then the lights turned off. Complete darkness. He froze. A soft sound echoed through the room. A voice, distant and slow. Not a language he knew. Not quite human. The ground trembled. He turned and ran. Back through the tunnel, up the stairs, into the cold air of the quiet street. The sun was lower now. Tom had passed. He checked his phone. Still no signal. He walked fast, not running but close to it. He took the first corner, then the next, then stopped. The street had changed. No more shrine. No more bookstore. Just a long road lined with mirrors. Tall mirrors, one after another, standing like guards. They reflected the sky, the buildings, and him, but not exactly. In some, he was older. In others, younger. In one, he wasn't there at all. He closed his eyes, breathed, then opened them again. The mirrors were gone. Just a regular street. He saw a familiar sign, the kind used in subway stations. He followed it. Soon, he was standing in front of another staircase. This one had lights. People were going in and out. A normal subway entrance. He walked down slowly, back into the world of signs and machines. This time, he checked the map carefully. He found his line, waited for the right train. And when it arrived, he got on. The seats were warm. The people around him looked calm. He sat back and let the train carry him. After 20 minutes, he saw a familiar view. Shibuya Station. He stepped off the train and smiled. He didn't know where he had been. He didn't know what he had seen. Maybe it was all in his head. Maybe not. But he had a bottle in his pocket, empty and blue. And that was enough. That night, he sat by the window of his hotel room, looking out at the lights of Tokyo. The world felt wider than it had that morning. He hadn't gone where he planned, but he had found something else. And sometimes that was better. You just learned without even trying. This story was full of real English, natural phrases, useful expressions, and interesting descriptions. You heard things like he stepped on, he froze, the walls seemed to pulse, and the world felt wider. These are the kinds of words and phrases that make your English sound natural, and you just learn them by enjoying a story. That's the power of learning through storytelling. Every day, your brain gets stronger without stress, and we'll be here with more stories to keep that growth going. If you were Liam, would you have drunk the blue bottle? Would you go back to find that strange tunnel again? Let us know in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss your next English adventure. We'll be here every day with a new story to help you learn while you dream. See you tomorrow.